first off for the gift of life and thankful that you have allowed us to be a part of your morning. From now until 10 a.m., we're here, the rest of the team, seeking to make your morning and make your day. We'll start off with the weather update for you with Chief Weather Forecaster Felicity Ahafianyo, after which we get into the papers as well. Quite a lot has happened, unfortunate as it may seem. That incident from yesterday was about this time when we were getting weather updates from Felicity Ahafianyo. Some other individuals were suffering. Stampede resulted in the death of 6 individuals, 6 young individuals, as a matter of fact, and some others getting injured, amongst many other things, others in critical condition. We'll seek to explore all of the facts again and ask the question about national learning and where it is that we're headed as a people if nothing changes and everything remains the same. After which, you put down these numbers for me: 055-924-2717, 055-924-2717, and as well 055-691-0154. 055-691-0154. We'll get our weather updates first off from Felicity Ahafianyo, who's our chief weather forecaster. And then we'll get into the papers. Also, be reminded, today is a big day in terms of the government's plans and policies. Finance Minister Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen is expected in Parliament at about 2 p.m. to present the 2026 budget statement. What are your expectations? Find us on our respective social media handles, 3FM927, same handle on Twitter as well as on Facebook. 3news.com. We're streaming there as well, but on our respective social media handles, particularly on Facebook and YouTube, where we're live as well, send us a message or find me on Twitter, now called X, Eric Mawuena Egbeta. Send a tweet at me with a mention or use the hashtag 3FM Sunrise, the hashtag 3FM Sunrise, and we'll read out your messages as we look forward into today and that budget presentation by the Finance Minister, Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen. Have kind courtesy their Twitter handle, and so for the morning during the early morning hours. Misty or foggy weather is expected to develop and reduce visibility within the forest and hilly areas of southern Ghana. Partly cloudy conditions will dominate the remaining sectors as the day advances. Mostly sunny conditions with occasional cloudiness will be observed across southern Ghana. Nonetheless, there is a likelihood of the thunderstorms with rain over the coastal and middle sectors later in the day. A weak to moderate rainstorm situated over southern Benin is anticipated to propagate to affect parts of southern Ghana during the afternoon hours. So there are chances of some rain a lot later today as well. And so be informed, and as you ready yourself to leave the house, prepare for that, pick an umbrella and ensure your safety as well. To get into the newspapers, 27 minutes to the top of the hour. Noel Crosby Annan as well as Sixtus Don Ullo. They're here with me in studio. Gentlemen, good morning. Trust that the night was kind to all of us.
You won't answer.
They have asked gentlemen. Who is gentleman here? Gentleman. You two are gentlemen.
The two of you coming together as gentlemen.
Answer. I slept very soundly. Don't mind him.
So you were going to answer the question.
We're thankful.
Don't mind him.
We're thankful for it all, for the gift of life as well.
The sleep is never enough, but I mean,
you never get used to it. That's the difficult part. But some way, somehow, we'll be fine. Sixtus.
Yes.
I hope you're well too.
I want to say good morning to Auntie Ama Lawson. I'll say good morning to Lois Kisiedu. I say good morning to Mabel Akubanase.
When Sister starts greeting his bosses,
good morning.
The first thing I did when he started was to check today's date. Usually he greets around 25th. But today is 13th. What are you greeting them for? What are they
I cannot say hello to my bosses again.
You have a routine. You greet
specific times with which,
particularly 27.
No,
if we are approaching a Friday, they will be greeting everybody. Greet security people, everybody.
No, I was just going to greet them. And finally to the CEO of the company.
13th November, you are greeting your bosses. What do you want from them?
No, I just want to say they are doing a good job.
Okay, therefore,
and you know the story about
they say that what you can say in 2 words.
Public sector.
To say it.
No, I'm just saying that. You know the story about the increment in the base pay, the public sector base pay. You know that story. You know they are not satisfied. The public sector workers are not satisfied.
The 9% they've been given,
they said 9% is not enough.
Yes. That's what I want to say.
Well, I can understand them.
No, I've said two different things. I've greeted my bosses.
Yes, and then you say.
But I always greet my bosses. Why is Crosby making a big deal out of this?
We are here. We'll see.
No, but it's always like every now and then I say hello.
Public sector not happy with 9% base pay increase to your boss's greetings. If you want to say something to them, say it.
No, all I want to say is good morning to Auntie B.
Apart from good morning to them.
Good morning to Mr. Nyama. I didn't mention Mr. Nyama. Good morning, sir.
Do you have anything to say to them?
Oh, you are doing a good job.
Anything else?
And God bless you, strengthen you, give you the grace. And the public sector workers are not happy.
Okay, so
what do you want your bosses to do about public sector workers?
No, I'm just saying.
So what?
You know, when we reviewed that story, they were in a meeting, so they didn't hear the story.
So you want to tell
them? I'm just
So that what? So I don't know. That's all.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you want to say something else?
Well, as we laughed this morning, not everybody is laughing.
Charlie,
today.
It's sad, though.
Very, very. Must be honest, because yesterday at about this time, when we were in studio, somebody had sent me or had attempted a call to me seeking to ask if
it was true.
It was true, indeed, something like that had happened, and I
around this morning.
Yeah, around the morning. No, it was a bit past.
At what time did it happen?
It was a bit past this time because it happened around this time, and so a bit on in the show. I think I was receiving a call, and the person and I asked they sent me a message, and they were asking, we've heard there's something. And, I was in the studio, and so we hadn't picked word of any development like that. So I just told the person, no, it's not true. I haven't heard anything like that, because more often than not, when people hear rumors, news circulating, you are the first person to reach out to, because you are the journalist and you are the one working with the media house who's always telling them what's happening. So I was quick to tell them, there's nothing like that, because if there was something like that, I knew we had sent people to the area as well, and so I would have gotten word, because from time to time I'm checking the news page to be sure of really well. Yes, what's happening, and then you can be abreast with exactly everything that's happening. Only to be done with the show, get on, and then I'd gone to the washroom, and then I just received a call, because we had started getting indication that indeed some persons had been rushed to the 37 military hospital, and then I was just told that this is a development, and so we have to quickly rush and get the news out on television. And I mean, since then it's been quite difficult, particularly for the parent who, through no fault of theirs, and most particularly the individuals who've had to suffer this unfortunate demise, stepping out, seeking to want to get enlisted into the security services, and through no fault of theirs, they had to tragically lose their life in a manner like that. A stampede. It's not a pleasant way to go.
Something that could have been avoided very easily.
Yeah.
Just proper planning and coordination. Even if you're going for, regular interviews at private sectors, private firms, they give you dates and times that you're supposed to come, so that you don't come and unblock and then disrupt the work of the facility. Unfortunately, it does not look like that's the case in this stampede, that all thousands of young men and women visited the Elwak Stadium wanting to work. It was the same for all of the other regions as well.
Yeah.
There are videos you're seeing. There have been reported injuries at Kumasi.
Region,
yes. And then people are also complaining from all parts of the country, all 16 regions of the country. It is unfortunate. Yesterday, I understand there were a few women who came there, a few mothers who came there after they had heard the news of the 6th passing. Some were even reporting 12. So they came there, and all they were asking, let me see that this is my child, he's walking there, then I'll be fine, I'll go back home.
Yeah.
Because you hear 6 have passed, you have no idea who the 6 are. You know that your child is there wanting to join the military, the physical, the selection process. You hear 6, you rush there, you don't see your child because the numbers are too huge. Your pressure will go up. It's not a nice feeling at all.
And on that score as well, some had dates to come. For instance, today, tomorrow, and as well on Saturday.
Oh, that had happened already?
Yes, they were communicated to. Not everybody was supposed to be there yesterday. Actually. But for
people just don't trust the process.
Exactly.
In fact, if you're going through social media, even after the stampede and the incidents that happened, a lot of the comments are saying that the people who have been selected are at home.
Exactly.
So those
no,
I can show you a comment right now.
No, I'm not saying they didn't make the comment. I'm just saying that, you see.
No, that's the belief, actually.
Yes. This is from yesterday on Snap. He says the selected people are home, and he's not the only one. He says all the comments.
I'm not saying the comments were not made. I'm just saying that.
You just feel it is too far-fetched or it's too strange. But the recruits, they are not recruits yet. The prospective applicants, if we can call them that. Armstrong spoke to a number of them yesterday. That was the refrain. That look, they have been told they should go, but they are still seeing people around, lurking around, and they can't leave because if you leave.
Indeed, I passed there in the afternoon, and the place was still packed.
Yes.
Yeah, I used that route in the afternoon. Normally, I would use the Mahama Road, and the place was as if nothing had happened.
Exactly,
there were still
because
so many of them
people were still there in their numbers because they do not trust the system. And I asked, this distrust did not start today. It's come from generations. No, I won't say generations. It's come from years of recruitments where increasingly people go and they do not hear anything again, and people say, come and do protocol, come and do this, and all that. It's resulted in this level of distrust, and some of which spilled onto what it is that we saw today. Initially, when the report came, I was also told that some of the applicants were scaling the walls. I didn't believe it actually initially.
Until you saw the videos.
Until I saw the videos, and I was very, very surprised. It speaks to so many things on so many levels. One is what obviously is staring glaringly at all of us, that there is really a huge challenge on our hands in being able to provide jobs for our teeming youth.
But what is most appalling for me is the attempt to once again make this an NDC MPP matter. When will we stop this? People have died, and you are saying that the many years we were there, this never happened.
Yeah, that was a very unfortunate comment.
President Mahama gave an instruction that the people at the gate should cause a stampede and kill 6 people and injure people.
Not at all. But I think it was in context.
Maybe
the context is that they did it differently. That's why it did not happen. So you can afford.
We all listen to the voice.
You can afford to learn from how we did it. It is not necessarily
why NDC has not done this before. Before MPP was in government, was NDC not in government?
We have not recorded these numbers before.
Did the NDC ever record an accident this at a recruitment?
What I'm saying is that if it has happened, if recruitments have happened before that, we did not record these instances, these accidents. It does not hurt to go and learn from who perhaps did it better.
I am asking,
that may not
to say that it does not hurt to go and learn would mean that this crop of people have never done this kind of job before, and they don't have the experience, or they need to learn. That is why the thing happened. So they need to go learn from those who did it. Crosby, the point I'm making is simple. It was very unfortunate, and it wasn't just the honorable member and former minister who made that statement. I listened to a former deputy defense minister, a retired military officer who went the same tangent. I listened to youth organizer.
It appears that's a refrain.
It appears is a talking point, which is my problem.
Okay, well that should be condemned. In fact, there was a member of parliament, Honorable Babai, who sought to communicate that this is the doing.
I didn't get that. She thanks you why.
Is it Honorable Babai?
He says this is the doing of Allah, that this God ordained it to happen like that. A very unfortunate comment coming from a member.
So you see, in the same light, I would say her point was that what do you call it?
No,
if it is bound to happen, it is bound to happen. But the point we are both making is that timing is important in every line of communication.
Fair enough. I understand.
Timing is important.
But I also want to emphasize that this is something that could have been prevented. I would put all of this, unfortunately, I'll put it squarely on the Ghana Armed Forces, the ministries responsible for all of these recruitments. They should have done better. We've done recruitments before in the country, we did not record accidents like this, although there are always challenges, but something like this has not happened before. If not for anything, maintain the standard. If you don't want to improve it, maintain the standard. Just don't drop it. You see, we could do a lot of the decentralization, again, because we don't trust the system. That's why we don't do it. If the recruitment is going on at various districts, various constituencies, people will go there. Not all of them would pick buses and then come to Accra to come and try to be enlisted into the military. There are ways around
but
this.
That was what was happening in this case.
It was in the regions. Exactly.
Yes.
Every region.
The regions were recording consents, they were recording accidents and all of that. So,
look,
decentralize further.
Let me, previously, they would do it from region to region. So they probably would start from, let's say, OT. Then everybody who wants, all the people from the OT region who are interested in joining the service, the force or the service, and I'm referring to all the security agencies, then they would go to a designated location and go through the process. What would happen then would be that you would find people hopping from region to region to region to region until they are picked.
No, but if you have,
indeed, there have been concerns.
If you have a good
that
system,
there were people who normally when you do it at the regional level, the intention is that people from the region have the doors open to them, so that a certain quota system would also be met. But because if I go to region A and I don't go through, then I tell myself, let me go to region B, let me catch the train at region B, hopefully I'll get a seat. You fail there too, you follow up to region C.
So,
and there were people who did all of that, went through all the regions. Just indulge me, please. So that if by the end of the day, you don't get at the place that you're supposed to get, you are sure of eventually getting at another place. But the policy this time was, let's stop all of that. Let all the people from Upper West region who want to be part of the Ghana military meet at the Upper West Sports Stadium to go through the screening process. When you are screened, you are shortlisted, then you go to the next stage, which then would not be at that regional level. That was the spirit behind this. And a lot of us think that it is a good idea. We can applaud the idea. Now, translating from paper to implementation is where the problem is. So the problem is not with the policy in itself. The problem is with the implementation. And in any case, we've only had these reports from Accra and Kumasi. I think Kumasi too, 1 or 2 died. Only injuries. Only injuries. I'm sorry. So we've had this problem from Greater Accra and Ashanti region. That is why that investigation is needed to find out why did Greater Accra region record this heartbreaking accident. Why did the Ashanti region record that? It probably will come down to, the numbers for Greater Accra were simply too many. So we could have broken down to say that if all the people who have applied, alphabets A to B, appear at LWAC on Monday, alphabets C to D appear on Tuesday, maybe that's one way we could have done it. But I think you even mentioned that that was also part of the plan. You said something to the effect that
all of them, not everybody who appeared there yesterday was supposed to.
So then that also comes back to
subject
our problems.
So that's the same thing I'm talking about. All I'm saying is that I see two contents here. That there's a system problem, and then there's the lack of trust in the system. If the people trust that if I apply from my Upper West region, I have equal chances of being enlisted as somebody who is coming from the Greater Accra region, I don't think somebody will move from the Upper West region to come and join the process in Accra and add up to the numbers. But
and I'm saying that the way this particular system is designed, you could not have moved from Upper West to Greater Accra.
No, there are people who did.
It was a centralized.
No, decentralized. And it was happening concurrently at all the regions.
Ask the people who were there yesterday. People from Suhum, Hohoi, Western region, a lot of them came to Accra because they think that if I go to my region, the regional minister will have a quota, the constituency, something will have a quota.
So how do we blame the system for this?
I'm coming. So my chances of being enlisted from that region is low. So I want to come to Accra where I think that will be fair enough. Now, if you're talking about the system problem, like you're mentioning, if you put in place alphabets and all of that, the numbering system, so that the numbers are not like that, then you can possibly say that could deal with the situation.
Right.
But the system should also anticipate the propensity for people to want to abuse it and then look for ways to solve it.
I disagree with you.
We'll get into it because
if the system has been designed, the only way the ministry and the Ghana Army or military hierarchy can ensure equal opportunity is to say that, Mawuena, you are from Volta region, you live in the Volta region, or you even live in Accra, but you are from the Volta region. Go back to the Volta region and go through the process. So you are from Oti, go back to Oti. So I'm from Eastern region, go back to Eastern region. But if I decide to move from Eastern region to go to Oti, how do I blame the policy for that problem?
Let's get into the papers
and see whether or not they will not have less lessons, and this problem will not be anticipated for them to solve it.
I'll ask somebody who's gone through, because it was a portal system and all of that. And so I'll ask what some of the details were, which will help us understand how this would have been done. Because I'm sure you have to input details as to your district and where you can go to for the screening. And so that will be captured. That's why I'm saying that this would have been decentralized, and so the conversation of people wanting to leave other means they were elsewhere and they selected Accra as their screening area. But let's get into
because you can't just wake up in the morning of the screening and appear at Elwa. You would have already registered.
Let's get into the papers. I'll start off with the Daily Post. They lead with Finance Minister to present 2026 budget today. Comes with a picture of him. He was in Parliament yesterday, also providing details as to the incident. Mahama launches in Kukon Kitinkiti initiative to boost food security and livelihoods. The president is captured here. Energy Ministry NPA to save investment in LPG supply chain. 6 dead, several injured in stampede at Ghana Armed Forces recruitment exercise at Elwak Stadium. And there's a picture of the president when he visited the 37 military hospital to abreast himself with exactly what it is that happened there yesterday as well. And the New Republic, quite interesting stories they have. DNA bombshell. 2 MPs dragged into paternity scandal after helicopter crash. Widow flees with child. I'm surprised this story has made it to the front page because
it's in court.
How?
It's in court.
Yes, it's in court.
How are you surprised?
I'm being on. I've not been paying attention. In fact, yesterday I was having a conversation with my neighbor, and I was telling him I don't understand why there's a conversation about this particular story, and so. Perhaps I have not paid attention to it. For very good reason. I've decided that I don't understand why a subject matter like this should dominate.
I'm one of those who don't believe we should be discussing people's sexuality and families.
I haven't paid attention to it.
But this one has serious implications.
Reason
that is
why
why
I haven't paid attention to it.
Has generated conversation in the region it is happening. In fact, they say that there's an MP in the region who has come, who nobody has mentioned his name, but has come to say, don't mention my name.
Who the cap fits?
They say that an MP in the region,
the people who are talking, they are talking.
Nobody has mentioned his name.
Nobody says you have done anything. Then you come and say, stop talking about me when I am talking myself.
He said, don't mention my name. He's anticipating the possibility
of his name being mentioned. Also,
but you know this.
I'll seek to try and get the details because Crosby seems to have a bit more in terms of info. It says that this is in court. I actually didn't know this was in court. I'll be very honest because I side with you on this one, Sixtus, that sometimes a private life I cringe a bit when I was flipping it and I saw it on the front, I was like, why is this thing here? I almost did not read it. I'll be very, very honest. I almost did not want to read it. Also,
there's money at stake, compensation at stake, and you need to be sure that the child is actually the offspring of the deceased.
Well, we will get into
for that one.
We'll try and do the papers quickly so that we can touch on this story as well. But the New Republic is reporting 7 instead of 6 who died from the stampede. We need to corroborate their numbers. Ghana and Algeria reaffirm liberation era ties. Energy Ministry NPA to save investment in LPG supply chain.
Ghana, what? Read that in Ghana, Nigeria.
Ghana and Algeria reaffirm liberation era ties. Let's get other details. So
the Observer newspaper, the front page, Northern Region marks 80th Remembrance Day to Anna fallen heroes. And Remembrance Day to Anna Fall. I nearly said foreign. Also, Energy Ministry NPA to save investments in LPG supply chain. The banner headline is this: Atoforsen presents growth-focused budgets today. No new taxes, more jobs ahead. The story is on page 3. And then we'll stay a lot more on the budgets today on 3FM, also on all our social media platforms at 3FM 927. On page 2 also of the Observer newspaper, Ghana Armed Forces set up board to probe recruitment stampede. NPA boss calls on former President Kufuor ahead of 20th anniversary. Mahama launches and Koko Nketenkete initiative to boost food security and livelihoods. And then the Daily Graphic front page, President Mahama launches and Koko Nketenkete initiative. Why is the spelling of the Nketenkete different? People are saying NKI, people are spelling NKE.
It's Chi, right?
Yeah.
So let's ask the Chi people how they spell their language.
3 million births to be distributed nationwide to benefit 60,000 households. The story is captured on page 13 of the Daily Graphic. Lithium agreement laid in Parliament, but minority calls for its rejection. Also on page 13, budget presentation, COVID-19 levy to go. Military enlistment in Accra on hold. 6 die, 5 in critical condition, 5 injured in the Ashanti region. You go to the back page of the paper. 260-kilometer road projects begin in Upper West and the Upper East regions. Center spread has this Parliament calls for reforms in security recruitment process. The Speaker of Parliament, Alban Gbagwing, yesterday he visited the 37 hospital to speak with some of the affected potential recruits. He visited after the president visited them. The acting defense minister, I'm talking about the finance minister,
chief of staff.
These are the chief of staff. The chief of staff, I understand, was there, but I did not see him. Right. But I saw the finance minister. I saw
Felix Kwachofu, the Minister for Government Communications,
was there, as well as some other members of the executive or people close to the judiciary yesterday. Sixtus.
Let me start with the Ghanaian Times newspaper. The most authoritative newspaper says Black Wednesday, 6 die in stampede over military recruitment at Elwak. Herbal practitioners must embrace innovation. This is a quote from CEO. Greenfield Scientific Clinic. It's headlined actually from the CEO. Nkoko, okay, so your the spelling concern again. Nketi.
Read the headline to hear something. Read it.
Project takes off.
No. What's project?
Nkoko Nketi.
What?
Nkoko.
I'll go.
No, but is that not how?
I'll go. It's not Koko. Why? I'll go. Nya Koko. And then Koko Nketi.
Oh, I'm reading what I'm seeing.
Read it for us,
3 million beds ready in 6 weeks for market. 350 arrested in joint police military galamsey soup. Is that from the story yesterday?
The Dawn soup.
Okay.
There were
350.
a number of So it was an operation we cut across. So in every area where the youth had sought to attack security installations, there was an intelligence-led operation to round them up. And so that's what happened. It was out. It went beyond the 2 towns which we became noted for attacking the Galamsey tax forces and all of that. Yeah.
All right. So 637 new doctors, dentists inducted into medical profession. That's on page 13 of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Well, 637. So 800 and something lawyers and 637 doctors. Do we still have a shortfall?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so I mean, we do.
A lot of them are concentrated in Accra.
In Accra.
Go to my village, we don't have some.
Your village, do you have electricity?
Yes, we have everything.
Do you have good road?
Yes.
Do you have a good hospital? If I come there and I'm not well, will my children be safe?
You will not die, at least.
Says you know that.
On the back page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper, local production of antiretroviral drugs to commence soon. Energy Ministry, NPA, to save investments in LPG supply chain. Comes with the picture of Mr. Tamaklo, CEO, interacting with participants at the launch. Now I end with Ghana's favorite newspaper, Crosby's favorite newspaper, the Daily Guide newspaper. GAF recruitment stampede, 6 females dead, 22 injured. AG, and since yesterday, the emphasis has been on the fact that the dead are all ladies. Is there a reason we want to highlight that?
No, there's no reason, but you want to know who is there.
That's just
if
detail.
there were men, we would have
mentioned.
would we have said 6 men, or would have just said 6 people?
Don't read meanings. There's nothing between the lines.
I think
No, since yesterday, all the media houses did that.
It was
What
the president
happened-
who made us know that they were all females when he was in the Ashanti region.
That is what has been communicated.
It's just
And more often
information.
than not, in our line of work, when individuals, unfortunately, through an accident like this die, we say 6 dead, 3 females, 3 male. You know, that comes up.
children,
That comes up every time.
Pregnant
So-
women, we mention all of that.
So
Helicopter crash, victim's wife in court over DNA. AG, yes, so that's your story.
Yeah.
okay.
AG to call 4 witnesses against Wontumi, and 191 arrested over a He police station mob attack. Still on the front page, you have new lithium agreement barred, according to former Lands and Natural Resources Minister Samuel Jinapo.
And that new agreement, I've already seen some of the experts outside of the minority begin to raise concerns about the fact that that is not a very good deal that is being returned to Parliament.
Yeah, Frank Simon says it's so bad.
And so it needs to be looked at again.
Is it the same deal? Have changes been made?
So I
Changes have
think
been
we've slashed. There's a 10 percentile benefit we were supposed to receive under the previous agreement. It's been slashed down to 5. And that's an area of concern amongst many other things. But today is the budget, and so I'm sure this will come up later, and it will go to Parliament for conversations. This is not the last we're hearing of this lithium mining agreement. It's not the last we're hearing of this. But you seem to have that detail as to the DNA, whatever.
Yes, that's on page 6 of the paper, Ghanaian Daily Guide newspaper. I'm sorry. So if you go to page 6, you see it there. Boldly headlined. It says, drama has unfolded as the family of the late Samuel Abuaji, a former deputy director of the National Disaster Management Organization, has hauled his wife, Abigail Salami, to court over a DNA saga. The family has reportedly appealed to the Obuasi District Court to order for a DNA test to be performed on a 3-year-old child of Abigail and Samuel to determine if indeed the deceased was the biological father of the child. And so straight to the DNA request. Following the turn of events, the bereaved family therefore requested that Abigail should produce her 3-year-old daughter with Samuel for a DNA test so they could identify the child body of the deceased. Abigail, who is based, is not part of the story, who is based in the US, was said to have initially agreed to make her daughter available for the test, but allegedly started playing games with the family as she refused to allow her daughter, who lives in Ghana, to do the test. Other child saves. So according to reports, following Abigail's refusal to make her daughter available for the test, the family had to reach out to another child of Samuel with another woman who willingly came for the DNA test to help identify
I
the
think
body.
that's where that's the meat of the story. And the New Republic has a
That's one
same.
too. No, let me add this one. In fact, let me add 2 more paragraphs. Strange divorce request. Daily Guide has gathered that Abigail, right after the funeral rites of Samuel, allegedly requested that the bereaved family should perform the necessary rites for a divorce between her and the late Samuel Abuaje. The family reportedly considered the divorce demand to be too early and strange, so they objected to it. They explained that in Akan tradition, at least a year has to pass before performing divorce rites. In spite of this, Abigail still insisted on getting an early divorce. Her persistence and pressure raised suspicion among the bereaved family, who subsequently asked Abigail to produce her 3-year-old child for a DNA test before they sanctioned the divorce.
The story, as I have heard from a relative of Mr. Abuaje, as in a family member of Mr. Abuaje, one of the...
I'm very intrigued, I'll be very honest with you.
The media platform is that. So when the incident happened and they had to do a DNA test, they asked for this child, but then Abigail said no. So Mr. Abuaje has a child with another woman, so they went for that child to do the
That
DNA.
is captured here.
And now this family member is also saying that the marriage with Abigail, they have for every 2 months, in every 2 months they sit and then they talk, as in there are always issues in the marriage that they talk about,
As in the family.
yes, the family try to solve the problem between Mr. Abuaje and then the wife. I'm talking about Abigail here. So the family know that the marriage is not stable, all is not well. So when this DNA request was also turned down, even though the family had good intentions for the DNA, it raised
I mean, the
suspicions.
DNA was in the aftermath
Yes.
of what had happened,
Yeah.
that unfortunate helicopter crash.
it raised-
And this is I'm hearing all of this for the very first time. I'll be very honest. And so there's a genuine cause by the family to want to ask that question, because I recall when the incident happened, samples had to be flown to South Africa quickly for identification. And so that was per the story, and I'm saying per the story advisedly and very strongly as well, that was when they asked that let's take the sample quickly from the child so we can carry on and be able to test and tell out, because the remains were difficult to tell who was who.
Who was who, yeah.
And per what the New Republic is reporting, she initially agreed and fled.
It's the same thing Daily Guide is reporting.
Then that immediately raises serious red flags.
So the family
Serious for
too said-
any family. I'll be very honest. For any family, that's a red flag.
The family too said,
and
based on Sixtus, what you read, the source is different. But the family is telling us that they thought it would be proper to, perform the divorce rites
Yes.
as early as
1
possible.
year. No, 1 year.
So that's
After.
from the family member. He said they want to perform the divorce rites as early as possible, but that did not come on the request of the woman. It came from the family themselves. But the family sat again and then
That's from the
from-
other source.
yes.
Okay. So this one
Says the woman
story
requested
written
for
by
it.
IF Joe Ewa Kumasi. It says the woman was the one
Who
so
requested
the woman,
for the divorce.
Who requested,
Okay. But-
but the family thought it was too early.
Okay, so
Their tradition.
what I've also from the same family, but on another media houses, the family thought they can do it as early as possible, but it's too early again, so they decided to wait for the year. Now the court
I'm
But the bottom
hearing-
line is that there's an MP. They say that there's an MP in.
They say that.
there's an MP in that area who they have not mentioned his name, but has come to say...
So an MP in the Obuasi area?
Wherever this is happening, has come to say that, no, in the Ashanti region.
In the Ashanti region.
Who has come to say that, don't mention my name. They are not mentioning his name, or nobody has mentioned his name, but he says that, don't mention. I mean, I don't know him.
This is...
They say that...
You like... Mahama launches a Nkukon initiative to boost food security and livelihoods. President John Dramani Mahama has officially launched and I'm reading from the New Republic, by the way, the Nkukon Kitenkite program nationwide, aimed at transforming household poultry production and revitalizing Ghana's poultry industry. Speaking at the launch in Kumasi on Wednesday, November 12th, the president described the initiative as a bold bold and practical step towards achieving self-sufficiency and empowering communities. He said that the project was more than just a government intervention, calling it a national movement, a courageous step towards restoring food self-sufficiency and strengthening household resilience and fostering sustainable livelihoods for tens of thousands of Ghanaians. Also, what he said I'm not sure the paper has captured it quite yet, is, there's been a food glut for quite a while. He told us at that event, he said that he had directed the ministry to initially release 100 million cedis so that all the items can be purchased, some stored, some provided to the school feeding secretariat, buffer stock, and then the free SHS program as well. But it does appear that was not enough, and so he's asked the finance minister to release an additional 200 million cedis to take care of that. There were concerns of an egg glut as well, because the eggs had been produced in very great quantities, which I believe is very, very good for us. We just need to find
very fertile.
We need to find ways to ration it such that there will be sustained production all year round. He says that he's asked that they be purchased and be provided to senior high schools as well to augment the protein bit in the school feeding program for the senior high schools as well.
So but this should be a normal course of action now. Why is it not already happening? The rice farmers were complaining that they have too much, they don't have market for. But the schools are being fed. They are running out of food. I think these are conversations we've had. I remember me, Helen, and Johnny, we've had this conversation, decentralizing the school feeding program.
Asking, yes, and asking.
If you have too much rice in your area, just go into some deal with another district that has too much yam. Then you butter. I mean, why do we have to? Hey, it's a matter.
That's got a bit.
I'm oversimplifying.
You've oversimplified to an extent, because a butter, really, I'm not sure a butter.
Just go to another district.
Yes,
it's not straightforward.
Tomato farmers were complaining very recently. Tomato farmers complained, and the president ordered that, was it buffer stock or the school feeding people should buy it off. The rice farmers came to complain. So now everybody has to come and complain, and then it will enter president's ear, and president would have to make an order.
No, you see,
at the local level, we should be able to deal with these things.
Which is a fair point. And again, for me, it just shows that for years, we have not done anything in terms of innovating. Because we know our planting seasons and when our harvest seasons come around. And when the harvest season comes around, the gluts that more often than not is available or becomes a part of us. And yet for years, because I can remember, there are seasons where the produce is so much in the market that it's very cheap. Another time, it's not available at all, and we are having to be importing from neighbors, amongst many other things.
Yeah, I went to buy plantain. The seller complained more than me that I was buying the thing, complained how hard and difficult it is, how it is not in season, how it... What is all this?
You were asking for a reduction.
I'm the one paying for it. I'm not complaining. You are complaining. You are collecting my money. You are complaining more than me. I'm just saying that, look, at every district has something that they at least can boast of. Or should I say every district should have. So if one district is overburdened with rice, another district is overburdened with cassava. My area, we don't grow cassava. We can grow rice. So if we do our rice, and Mawuena, your village, you do your cassava. Bring you some of your cassava. We'll give you some of our rice.
No, I think we've moved past that era of barter system.
You think so?
I'll be very
There
honest.
are places in this country that still go by barter system.
I'm not disputing that.
But you just said we've moved past.
In terms of what it is that you're saying, you can't have people farm and then after farming they are producing an era where money is the medium of exchange. You're asking people to bring rice and what I'm saying that it can be done within a system, right? But you have oversimplified it. That districts bring your rice, come and take somebody's yam. That's oversimplification. I understand the idea of what it is that you're saying.
That is all that it is the idea I'm communicating.
I don't know the process you will go through.
It will be more elaborate than you're making it seem. That's the only thing.
No, it won't be. It will be elaborate only if we want to make it. And you see, that is the reason we are still where we are. Because the bureaucracies are too many.
You don't understand the elaborate I'm using. The elaborate is that it will not be the way you make it seem.
But what I have said doesn't mean bring rice, collect, you take mine.
That's what somebody will listen and think that's what it means.
No, don't underestimate the listener.
I'm not underestimating.
You say it's not true, Charlie, there's something happening in Nigeria. I wonder if it can happen in Ghana. So
it will not.
There's a young Nigerian soldier.
Yeah, I think I've seen the video.
He's being praised for standing firm on the ground against the powerful
I was playing that video to you in the back office yesterday.
Yes.
But I didn't get the full story yesterday.
Okay. So the soldier, his name is Lieutenant something Yerima. He is part of a unit that prevented a federal capital territory minister from accessing a disputed plot of land in Abuja. So in the video, you can see that this minister was angry. He wants to go there, but the soldier says no. He was very polite,
very calm,
firm.
Respectful, and firm.
I was calling him a fool. I'm not a fool, sir.
And then he called a boss.
The CDS.
CDS, actually.
And then he made the soldier speak to the CDS. But still, the
soldier said, no, we are under orders. And CDS understands what it means for a soldier to be under
orders. Unless he gave him fresh orders. And it appears that CDS did not give him
the CDS could not.
Did not give him fresh orders. And so that was it. It just ended the matter.
What did he say? Let
me bring you back to Ghana. And tell you something that will annoy you.
Is it the cabinet minister had called him a fool, and he responded and said, "I'm not a fool, sir."
Yeah, sir.
He said the minister said saying to the soldier, "You were a very big fool. At the time I graduated, you were still in primary school." While Mike was still speaking to the officer, cutting to say, "I'm not a fool, sir."
He told him plainly that I'm not a fool.
Graduated. Somebody was not in primary school, so what?
National Cathedral payments approved by Parliament.
Charlie.
This story has caused a lot of people to be deleting their news blogs and all that because it's very confusing. The matter is that someone took the issue to court. Read the details for us.
No, I trust this particular reporter. Jibril Abdul Razak. He's the court affairs correspondent for the Daily Guide newspaper. He says the Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayine, has clarified that all payments towards the National Cathedral were made lawfully, contrary to a writ at the Supreme Court challenging the constitutionality of the payment. According to the Attorney General, the payments were made under the contingency vote, which is categorized under other government obligations, and not from the contingency fund, as alleged by the plaintiff to the Supreme Court.
And this when the minority moved a censure motion against the finance minister, one of the reasons it failed was because it was subsequently clarified that it was the contingency vote and not the contingency fund. And so on that score, I've seen people try to make the argument that it renders the government's idea of oral moot in that respect. I think this is reiterating details, some of which a number of us know already, because when that censure motion happened, it was a huge area of conversation because the confusion was whether or not it was contingency fund or what have you, which would have required a certain express approval from Parliament, amongst many other things. And then the finance minister proved that it was a fund which was created for how do we call it? Is it miscellaneous or emergency actions, which had been approved along with the budget, and so. Really, there was no cause for concern. Reason the censure motion.
So let me give you 2 more paragraphs. This is contained in the Attorney General's Statement of Defense to a suit filed by a private citizen, Jonathan Amable, challenging. Oh, I know him. He's a lawyer. The payments and is seeking multiple declarations against government over what he describes as unconstitutional financial practices. Mr. Oforiatta, during his appearance before Parliament, denied any wrongdoing while maintaining the National Cathedral project was financed through money allocated to the contingency vote under previously approved funds and appropriation acts. But Amable is challenging this assertion as well as the constitutionality of the $10 billion COVID-19 relief bond transaction between the Ministry of the Ministry of Finance and the Bank of Ghana.
I see 2 very different issues here. That number one is Parliament approved it. That is what I think the AG is seeking to communicate. But the problem that Oral has right now is that the spending of the approval was not done in accordance with the law. So 2 very
no, there are 2 different things.
But
something can be approved and then you go use it for something.
That is why the offense of misappropriation is there.
Let's nobody think we're talking about the same thing. Oforiatta did no wrong according to the allegations against him or the response from Dr. Ayene. What he's saying is that legally it followed due process, Parliament, the approval and all of that. But after they gave the thing to you, you came for approval, you came to collect that, I gave it to you, decided to go and use it for something else.
Okay, so I found the Kumasi story to mad rush for military in Kumasi as recruits collapse, also from story also by IF Joe Ewa. I'm trying to see if I can just... So 20 applicants were called at a time to the tartan tracks in the stadium where their documents and height were checked. Okay, I'm not getting the number. I thought I could get the number of young men who, potential recruits, prospective recruits.
So a 3 News research has found this, that the applications were 60,000. 50% of the 60,000 qualify. That's how much? How many? 30.
Is that
60,000 and 50% qualify.
That's 30,000.
So 30,000, but only 4,000 will be recruited.
The numbers I've seen shows that it's in.
So that's overall, or just for the Kumasi area?
Overall, yeah.
Only 4,000.
Yesterday I was seeing 90,000 plus in terms of applications alone.
Okay.
But this is not only with the military. I have friends.
The police recruitment is yet to even start. Then the immigration will come and.
I have friends in the private sector who reach out to me every now and then and say, "Oh, I need somebody for this." And if you put it up, the number of requests you get, applications you get. So it's a general conversation about unemployment that should be highlighted and not the partisanship of it.
And then there's the bit also about the application fee.
They still are paying that, because I know this government had amongst many things suggested that, look, payment of such fees for persons who were seeking to get into government agencies was not such a brilliant idea, and so perhaps it's the first of such, and going forward there won't be any, because I know they've spoken about this. Yesterday I chanced on a write-up that summarily says that the Ghana Armed Forces is making about, I don't want to say making, but from the application fees and all of that, making maybe everything.
It's an income.
It's getting,
in finance terms, it's an income.
It's getting about $3.1 million
from the sale of the application forms alone.
Yes, alone. About $3.1 million.
Dollars.
No, not CDs.
No, see, dollars.
I think we'll have to return and talk about this. It's 25. The phone lines have already.
But there's hope for the two of you.
Hope for us in what?
Mawuena wants to join the military.
No. You people, you've always looked for the pageant for men. So Ghana's gentleman finale set for December 6th. So you people, you should read the story.
Send it to Eric. He
it's in the daily guide.
Daily
Get
guide,
a copy
yes.
and
Get a copy of the daily
read,
guide.
and then
Because I've always wondered why we have all the pageants for women, but we don't have some.
you don't
for
have
men.
some for me. You want pageants for me and me. Anyways, let me keep quiet.
There's a man pageant. The bulge around your belly.
Okay, thank you very much, Crosby. Let me talk to you about Rosebank International University, because there's a world-class university right here in Ghana. Rosebank International University is a strong South African university and a brand of the AdVTech Group, Africa's largest private education provider with 146 schools across 5 countries and over 100,000 learners, and partly owned by the World Bank through the IFC. Rosebank International University is fully accredited by the South African Qualifications Authority, the British Accreditation Council, GTEC in Ghana, City and Guilds in the UK, and Capsicum Culinary Studio. At Rosebank International University, we offer a Doctor of Business Administration DBA, MBA, Master of Science and Master of Philosophy and Digital Marketing, Bachelor of Supply Chain Management, targeting professionals in freight forwarding, customs, etc. We offer hospitality and culinary arts, available at diploma, undergraduate and postgraduate levels. Our ICT has BSc Information Technology in Business Systems and IT Computer Application Development, all carefully designed to equip you with the skills and qualifications needed for a successful global career. Our mission is simple: inspiring excellence. Admissions are now open for our January 2026 intake. Visit our modern campus at Airport Commercial, Opebia House, Accra, or apply online at www.riuc.edu.gh. Rosebank International University, building global citizens. I'm back after this to take your phone calls.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's smart we love. Or your community could win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
The best in the morning is on 92. Sunrise on 3FM. The best in the morning.
Make her the feeling. You know the name, right?
7:29. Time for us to begin to pick your phone calls this morning, and as well as always, straight to the point. We do it snappy because sport is lurking around the corner. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mawuena.
Yes, sir. I trust that you're well today.
Yeah, yes, I'm good. Jones at the work calling from La.
Jones
still on my campaign
from
about
La.
that Buglushi market. Linda Oklu should clear the people from the former Union market that has been taken over by the scrap dealers. We should clear them. We have spent our taxpayers' money to clear the place, and we need to take the place for something else. We don't want to be described as the e-waste, the world e-waste burning place again. And also, thank you so much. Also, what happened at work yesterday, in fact, their only mistake is to go and look for jobs. We could see that it's only girls that have passed out. And in fact, I yesterday after today, I've not been myself. I continue to ask myself that if this recruitment has not come, these girls will still be alive and be doing their thing. And in fact, it's not good news at all. We need to put in place measures to forestall such occurrences next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you as well for calling. Snappy and straight to the point. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Honorable Mawuena.
Yes, sir. I trust that you're well.
By the grace of God.
Fantastic.
Let me use this opportunity to greet Honorable Alaji of Kondo in charge of operation, Honorable Peter G, Honorable Alaji Raouf, and Honorable Courage McAfee Nunepepo, our TDC. We share Enura, Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Ekolanchi, Nkukon Kitty, Ewo, Ashanti region. Adipa, a bit near Bois. Ama nkukwa yekokra efri amanoni ayedi ba o man we mo no ebetimi anya nkukwa bebre e wo man Ghana ni ye sure say youth no bia de no begin na o makọ register na yetimi agi nkukwa ni bi na anya ama nkukwa no ebu e wo man Ghana mo o hwe so a ene e finance minister akọ ready budget e di ama Ghana for o hwe Honorable Atu Force finance minister wabọ no modern papa aye hihye bebre ama enne ye dollar no any cities no anya on city na anya on di papa na me ye sure say ne budget ya ko ready ebe asempa ebe ma o man Ghana youth ni na wa to mo o hwe dey see wo e work enra no me stress awofo bia ni ba efrem bia no omo make sure say on be sue Ghana army because their course ewo e work no eyobi etuma wanye niye because youth ya ekopike form no munim ni padodo a eba e work honom enti arrangement then na Ghana army soldier for eyedima youth ya eba wa bebe yes screen.
Thank you very much as well for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, man.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from, please.
But I want to say, I'm from.
I'm doing well. Sunny in Amanfrom.
Braston now, my Chimo station now,
the frequency, yeah. We'll work on that. The area again is Amanfrom.
28 year. Eba na tiko. Kwa so baby on my with the 27 in the outunya. Baby so na tiko.
Right. Share your thoughts with us. I'm sure this technical team will be listening and rectify this.
Let Yankopon son come e papa gendraman mama. Yankopon man akoma. No magana function na akoma. Omo hwe omo man no. Yankopon ka obi biara ho. Nkola no so Yankopon mo da breka. Grandpa cho. Enti ya Ghana military service no you want me sa senior omuti fa yan kwala no. Sa school no mo kono. School for cadet for him. I don't know more cadet mission. Now, I'm picking Colano Honomo. And I'm going to finish Kumano to Urban Soldier Street. And nothing or I could deny. I must ask me a sing I see. So, be actually radio. Senator Biano, Acolano, Mamano, and after upon own Benebium. Eh, yeah. Now, go on Kobe Biarakuma. There's also me and finance minister. I cannot share Muno. Baba Yabaya, two being Casanka, Brown for so bien so. Ever Pena, but today, Echo Jum, Echo Bisa for then in Yamo and Echo. I'm in Ghana for a year. It's a honum. Why are they? Now they're touching me and say, Jetty Fono, they are banning a woman in Neddy. Woman Neddy. And more cap on the Dadano, I and Naya Saturn on the Tono. And to say, no, about me, I shall maybe came or mamma for, or Yama for Jim.
Thank you as well for calling. We will seek to rectify that challenge with the frequency at Amanfrom, as you mentioned. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Mawuena.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from. I trust that you're well.
Anope, Yamiasumbi, and Kauno are found for our studio.
Oye wa uni abema Nana Amwako and Mekatafi Esboy Ewo Ayensuano constituency.
Nana Amwako, it's good to hear from you again today as well. Talk to us briefly.
Mtamona Emmabaso. If I tell Mtamona dia Andra Esi wa Elwaka, baby Ashro Munkwano. Esi wa Mawi Muda. Ebi sida. Na yeti maya. Jadi di bia aye amanyosem. Bia di bia ya politics and yetri o mining kanko ekwachiri. Meka bitre mu say yeti Ghana heya ana soda for helicopter wonya train crash. Ema nifa wo nyina ahwe o mkwa menka wusa for ya. Kenya a whole MP aya comfort doyo aka che say aya bomb ana mututum na helicopter enya sa crash no. So you should not have on team yesi enya train crash bia na aya weather ana ma sa di esi ye. It is an MP who can't ask the way. That MP now would do. And I'm going to say, yes, I'm saying. And they should yes, you are work. So they are from paying for a woman, dear, our recruitment room. About way about something now, so we are going to see. And then next, first minister, Bodega fee. And in India, be our army, and the defense minister. And the defense minister, a film, there's some months in it. You know from Fine Shahoye. No, yes, you know, but I was in the battle. Your man is billions from back, the Barabasa man come to man now. The best is the only for yes, young and Twitter and Musa, or compared by other from my own. Or what Juma I get about the sum in mind, and measure the SC, I'm watching them. I'm on my way, the SC will get a BBC neck want them, and the CNN, and the BBC I can want them. But other in Africa, the Bia would be Africa, other in. Let me say I'm paying for them. You clear them, I can't remember China at the Bagana house. It will trade them and be Biaman, a coast to go on, I think I have come to be idea. Other recruitment room, you have a bear for quiet, so you could do a Mabuni and a man can say, our Ghana Aminum. That's the way, maybe Sibium, but yes, you know, a young to some, you some anymore, my Ghana, a woman in the market. I didn't have to Ghana, who one is Ghana somewhere. I didn't see, but a man of Ghana for Yaye. I didn't know.
Thank you as well for calling. Hello, good morning.
Fine morning.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from. And,
my name is Ninungwa. I call from Nungwa.
Nungwa, thank you as well for calling. Talk to us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. The good work we are doing for Ghana. Greetings to Chairman Joe and all communication supporters, Honorable Abulu. You know something? Oma we are here with me. Sabi, and yet to be, will be Babel sort Masi. I dear we see, a BC bida. A BC da. Sort Masi. Yama is na. I didn't see a musha or manage those kind of Yaman short to my year. In Perfu, I say you be some, yet you be some, yet your man, bring cash a buy from 6 a big brother. Short to my year. It is here, or give the other way, or yes, sabotage, you know, maybe near America, but from say, Yamaba be salon. At the same time, in Palayo, we say, I say you make sure that you make your data. You fair one, and you say you bet twins. You bet no set will be a buy it to me or young or far soldiers anywhere. One also, woman, why you got my pity. As a baby, the other thing is a very bad, but way out when I see him and yet short to my ear. You make sure that you did can live here. Then the way there without it.
Thank you very much as well, Nungwa. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I trust that you're well. Give us your name and where you're calling us from, please.
I'm Rose, Queen of the Airways, Ashama Lavana.
Rose, let's hear from you quickly as well. The line keeps buzzing. Yeah.
Let me say good morning to Regional Chairman, Honorable Achimon, then Honorable Otukuno. Many of them, the SC and na Arahosam Kessia SC. Yedi Shedi Emma Bushiani Nara. Your best rep penny for. Your military penny for so be consul the year district by district. Anka ebeboa Ghana enyi better I say Ghana yenimdieno still our form. Yama say some better sound Colanda go baby ye what district bia wo anka collining na ko district by district. I hope so we NC and so we nya disuama ye nyina ye wo memu so bibi se no mo mu mfa colana nyina nko go so I hope so enche bia ye de mo amaka no fire ni de keka ho beka mbesi ebe so nwa mu konya no sade no biom
right
na akunko kete ni de ya de abeboa wo man no obi anfa ne ho enhyemo na masa finance minister ene Ghana for yempetas bia ye de ba begu ye komo budada Yes, from Omu ye de Ghana for whom betom, and ye whom betray, because Ghana for a rich more and this and to Abama is a bapawano, and to Uncle kind de Edebo Mano, and yet Tassa Modiba, we cost to be young petas be abused.
Thank you very much, Rose, as well, Queen of the Airways. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Give us your name and where you're calling us from. I trust that you're well too.
I'll come for Kokum.
Abu, it's great to hear from you. Talk to us this morning.
Mawuena, Yamasi and Kanokure, and not the course on the Kura. And there canoe. All the anything that you know, can say, young for the young politics. Bronco reaction, no, your politics. I'm not for some. Yet in compare Juma, no more, also in your politics, and some of the politics. And to say, I know, or personal Ghana for the Uncle so bad, Uncle Mabusa for your Conon Cadiatu Mono, and Kagana for better nothing. Now, some of your politics, nobody we are politics in our union, I be also by nature like this. Not on young top forms, over Tiani as some form, and an open. And at the summer says, yeah, oh, Cafe. Yeah, you put a phone penny for, soldier phone penny for, and when my money, money, and cut it to phone war, no more tone forms, no beer soda, no master. I have protocol no Mako with an open. Wait, Omo, Sabi, Mintimin Chester, and his knee, and an MPP, a summon abba. Mommy and Yapota, near Woody Abano, man, Samus on me and Fumbium, near the Genosa, and your politics, near the politics, and Boagana.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Abu, thank you as well for calling. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Aziz.
Aziz, let's hear you as well this morning quickly. Akosia is here. By 50, we should be rounding up all of our calls.
Thank you. May God bless you for opportunity you gave me this morning.
Right.
I will go home. Bonsema, what Kasama Naya, the MP4. They wouldn't never PPR. They wouldn't move agenda. Who say my young find your politics? I some of the kind national, no politics, no yay. But my main check is my coffee. But I mean, Papa, that's what TDC and a lawyer Zuma or body of Honorable Bolo. Mpacho, I saw a see and Rano. Yama Abusian Fono, Yama Moyako. But your best military fono, soldiers fono, Moya Dimponito. Crashy and a Mamuto. Let's let me Excellency John Dramani Mama, Uncle or no checking Yamadu. The new Jomuja way, and they are very divided. What the camp war, don't just come out or Mukiko. Huh? You're not blow.
Right.
I was down, who may yet pay at the Mapati. You're not papa.
Thank you as well, Aziz, for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mawuena. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I trust that you're well too.
Yeah, I'm fine. Lincoln.
Mr. Lincoln, thank you very much as well, as always, for calling. Let's hear from you as well, quickly.
Thank you so much. Let me say good morning to Greater Accra Minister Honorable Linda Ullo. Yesterday, she was also there to make sure they put things in place. And, Honorable Seth Banini, MC for Kaswa, for the good job she's doing. I think that that is the solution that I'm offering. This recruitment, we have to separate the men from the women. Look at the ladies who died. No matter what, the men are stronger than the women. A man can fall down and can wake up, but the women, they are vulnerable in society. So the next recruitment, and that is going on in the other regions, they have to do well and separate them. We have a lot of spaces. Accra Sports Stadium is there, Lagos Stadium is there, even the boxing arena is also there. We have so many places that we can do this. Our condolences to the family, and let me commend President Mahama for his swift action yesterday. He went to 37,
right.
and that is what we are all expecting. Let me end on this. Look, over the years, the previous administration were doing secret recruitment. President Mahama came and said, no, every Ghanaian who is willing to join the army have to apply. And that is what we are seeing. But it's unfortunate this has occurred. And President Mahama also promised that the national service,
There'll be military training for them as well.
Yes, it's a very good thing, and it will reduce this recruitment saga.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lincoln, as well. We have to pick some other callers just before Akosia comes in. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mawuena.
Yes, trust that you're well. Give us your name and where you're calling from.
Well, I'm Kwame calling from Accra, Newtown.
Kwame in Accra, Newtown. It's good to hear from you. Talk to us quickly.
First of all, let me commend you for a good job you are doing on behalf of TV3. I'm most grateful. I was part of the first coverage of your demonstration you handled before you moved to Accra. I was part of that demonstration. I'm happy. Fundamental issue of this issue has to do with unemployment. We voted for this government. Some of us sacrificed everything that we have to do. But the question now you ask is, those who have been appointed as directors, ministers, managers, can the president invite most of them to find out what opportunities, job opportunities are created for the people so far since they came? I think that most people are so comfortable in the office that they find themselves. They can't sit one day and say, look, if I do this, it will bring revenue. And based on this revenue, I can employ 2 or 3. Others have just gotten the position as the MCs, directors, CEOs, are increasing the salaries for themselves. Today, a salary of some of the MDs, CEOs, managers, directors can employ even 40 of these people who have passed on now. Is that what we are looking at? I believe that if Mama wants to change something, we voted for him. Abole and they know me. I'm a very hardcore member of the party. But I believe that we are failing because people who need to be put at place should not just be political.
Right.
It should be people who are thinking, people who can create opportunities for more people. Not those who sit down there and taking the small one that is in the system and always looking out to the government to bring money before they employ.
Thank you.
I am sorry to say that if we go that way, we will fail. Our motherland is failing there. Look at the number of people there. If there's recruitment in Ukraine today, I'm telling you, get even more than 100,000 from Ghana here. They don't care because they feel that they must survive.
That's from, please.
My name is Aban, calling from Ashaman Zenu.
Aban in Ashaman Zenu, talk to us. I think you will be our last but one caller for the morning.
I hope you are doing well.
I'm well. And you are? And you too?
I'm good.
Aban, if you could speak a bit louder for us so we could hear you more clearly. So that
I hope now is it okay?
Yes, it's better. It's better. Do this for me quickly.
This opportunity to say hi to Honorable Kenebua, who is the Operation Director of NANMOD and Data Accra Regional Minister Honorable Ashimo and my MC. Mawuena, yesterday was a very bad news for the nation. How can you group a number of people like this because of a recruitment? So what is wrong with us as Africans, Mawuena?
Right.
I'm very sad. Yesterday when I heard the news, I was asking myself, when are we going to change as a Ghanaians?
Thank you, Aban. Let me pick the final caller for the morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. I trust that you're well. Give us your name and where you're calling us from.
Elios.
Elias in Begbese. Do this for me in 30 seconds, please.
Okay. Mabama Basu, Mapa, Moyebo, Madagana. And Ghana, Yeninji. Because some from that recruitment, and we invite you, I be some question.